Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. It is Sunday afternoon and I'm just checking in terms of like where we are with the progression of the class. And you're in culture and I'm enjoying the questions that are popping into my emails about culture. Uh, I think culture is a really fascinating topic and it's really interesting to kind of think about it in terms of what is real, what is ideal, how those sort of play off of one another, and also how our values shape our beliefs, and how values are more of a cultural kind of normative kind of message that we receive, and then with that experience we shape our belief systems and there's a lot of different ways that we are influenced. And so our next section talks about kind of the socialization process, and that is a big part of how we kind of create our own core sense of self and our core value systems and what we believe to be real. We learn through the socialization process. So you're moving into that section, and this is a big one because you have the big paper due this week, or this section. I feel like I'm sorry that it's so fast, but again, it's summer school. So you've got this paper that is due on June 24th. So you must complete it. It's worth 75 points out of the 400 total. You don't want to not do the paper. So please check in with me if you have questions. I've already responded to some of you asking some really interesting questions, and it's always really good to clarify if the stuff doesn't make sense to you or if there's any support that you need, okay? Because that's what I'm here for. I know I'm much more of an in-person kind of teacher. Like, that's where my kind of favorite type of teaching takes place. But in an online forum, the best way that we can stay in touch is through like talking on email, or I'd be totally delighted to set up a Zoom with you or a phone call, so that we can actually have like real-time conversation about anything that is coming up for you as well. So just let me know. But don't forget that that's what you're going to be doing this week. You're going to be writing this paper. You're also going to be posting, and you're going to be reading chapter 5, which is all about, the socialization process. And the paper asks about your agents of socialization, and so you're going to speak to those in your paper. You don't have to speak to every single one. You can choose which agents of socialization you felt helped shape you or helped tell the story that you're going to tell about yourself. Could be peers, could be family, could be, school, could be religion. Could have to do with gender, so you can kind of dig in however you see fit. And then make sure you're watching the film Tough Guys, because that's going to talk about the socialization of boys and how those expectations are gendered in terms of what behavior is appropriate and what isn't, and how that is interesting because it's a lot of social construction rather than boys are this way because they have these body parts and girls are this way because they have these body parts, right? So as a sociologist, we're always wondering, like, why is it that there's, gendered behavior? Like, is it learned? Are you born that way? Nature versus nurture. Interesting stuff as a sociologist. But we do kind of rely heavily on the fact that a lot of it is taught to us, what's okay and what's not okay. And I would even invite you to think about your behaviors and what you do, and maybe like why you do it, and did you ever think about it? Does it have anything to do with gender? That's one of my favorite topics in sociology, is to deconstruct gender roles and gender behaviors, because sometimes we don't even know why we do what we do, but then if we stop doing them, we just stop doing them. And so what is that going to do to the world? Probably nothing, but it's just interesting, very interesting. Us humans, we're a curious bunch. Anyways, that's all I have to say for today. I hope you're doing well. It's really hot, so I hope you're staying cool, drinking lots of water. Got my fan on, trying to stay cool. And I look forward to reading your papers and your posts. Take good care.